Let me give you something I've never seen before and be like, prove it's not real.
Yeah, prove it.
Do you think if someone studies in that field long enough that they can actually get a grasp of it better than the layman? Maybe.
You mean the
Not if the
stories?
layman
They
decides
can.
to study it.
You mean the like learn the
They're all
stories?
laymen.
All right, let's test
No,
this,
the
guys.
actual
So
study.
what are skin cells made of? Let's test it real quick. What are skin
Proteins.
cells? Okay, cool. Have you seen a protein?
I've seen a whole bunch of them put together.
Okay, cool. What are proteins made of?
Alcohol.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen an atom or a protein, and I've been around a long time. I see gelatinous matter from some things like egg white. It's said to be protein. It's actually a lot more than just protein, but yeah, they call it protein. Agar from seaweed and albumin.
So I would like Tony V to show me skin cells and relate that to space. Apparently, so you're going macro, micro. Let's relate that.
Yeah. You need a magnifying glass to see it, and then it gets to the point where you can't see atoms anymore. So.
What do you mean? See, so you've seen an atom?
We can't see
No,
atoms.
I just said you can't see atoms. You can't see atoms. So, are they real? Are you going to throw away that whole study just because?
Would you say they're real?
What?
See the effect of them?
A study of what, though? A study of what?
Would you say they're real?
I would say they're real. Yeah, I'd say there's something small.
Okay, why would you say they're real? Why would you say that? If you've never seen one, nobody's ever seen one.
Oh, let me put this over here. Sorry, I'm still working.
Hey guys, did you see the new thing?
Give me like 5 minutes. I'll come in and have a better argument.
Did you see the new thing on the ISS? Did you see that they're drinking tea, and some guy's making a cup of tea, and the tea leaves always went back to the space station, and apparently there's a leak. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
The boys were making up there. The boys up in the space station, they were making tea with tea leaves, okay? And the tea leaves went back. They were floating back to the end of the room in the space station. So apparently they found a hole while drinking tea. That's a fucking look it up.
Fucking Chinese.
Might not have been that way.
There's another leak, yeah.
Chinese shit right there, yeah. Stirring the tea.
In reality, it was probably they were sitting down, going to the bathroom. Some got loose, and some urine hit the hole and fled out. And they're like, "Whoa, we can't tell this as a story."
And what about there's an asteroid 2 million miles away, isn't it? They have a drone, and they're landing a drone on the asteroid to pick up a piece of rock off the asteroid.
Yeah. Gadget.
Gadget.
I actually researched that, right? You know, whatever was said, right? And an article came up talking about the ISS, talking about if it was hit, it would be a catastrophic event. Even a small hole. A small hole would be a catastrophic event. So they have this escape capsule. You ever heard of that? They do have this.
Oh, yeah.
This escape capsule, just in case there's a depressurization of the ISS. They're gonna run over to this escape capsule and safely land on Earth, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the link in the yeah. Okay. What's your man say? What's your man say? The astronaut, Bean. What do you say? So what if there's a leak? He goes, "Oh, there's a leak." So what do you do about? Oh, there's a leak.
Yeah.
What do you do about it?
I'm sure I could look through the book, the 1,500-page book, to find out where the leak is and what the leak is. Right? Yeah, I could look through that book real quick.
We all seen that video here on Earth. We all seen that video here on Earth. You know the trailer of the train, the pressurized container.
Absolutely.
When there's two pressurized systems like a vacuum and it just fucking implodes, doesn't it, guys? For fuck's sake.
Are you saying that it was Don Pennant that was talking about the seal on the ISS, the cupola, and then I think it was Alan Bean that was talking about Alan Bean was talking about the radiation in the back of his eyes, lighting up the
exactly,
Anyway,
The
I forget the name of
dots.
it.
Yeah, the Van Allen belts. Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't even know that they were there or existed, and then
Oh,
he got
maybe we just went right on through. Maybe we didn't know about that, did we?
Exactly. That's Alan Bean for you. And then it's too funny, right? They come out and they tell you they don't have the tech to go, but then tell you, oh yeah, we went, but we didn't know anything about Van Allen radiation belts.
Yeah, fucking hole.
And not to mention this escape capsule. I mean, does it have thrust? Is it controllable? When it shoots off.
You know how it works. One of them says, "Suffer and succotash. Exit stage right."
Yeah. The escape capsule is just for them to have like a glimmer of hope, so they're not up there thinking that there's no way out. It's not gonna. It probably wouldn't work.
It's a great story. It's a great story. And so what guides that? What guides that escape capsule back down to Earth? And I mean, come on.
They probably wouldn't make it.
It could crash land into land, right? Instead of water. Oh no, it's gonna land on.
They'd probably
water,
just keep rotating.
Yeah, everything's fine.
In reality, the idea of water being somehow soft when you land on it at great speed.
Oh no, dude!
It's as hard as cement.
Belly flop, exactly.
It's one of those, mental gymnastics they use. Oh, they're landing in water. It's softer. No. It's the same damn thing as landing on solid ground, and you can drown besides.
So another thing I got today is Elon Musk is going to land people on the moon in 4 years, 2024.
You know what Musk is, right? Musk is a little animal, and it gives off a hormone that's supposed to make like peckers hard and stuff. And the guy's name is Elon Musk. Yeah, make your dick hard. I'm Elon. Make your dick hard. Anyway, what do I know?
So in 4 years' time, guys, we're going back to the moon, apparently.
With cans of hairspray, apparently, and grills on the side of the things for hamburgers when we get there.
That's been happening for the past 20 years, isn't it?
No, it hasn't been happening. Do you see, when we talk about it, then it happens. But there has been nothing happening on their end except the talk.
Right the hand. I just scrolled through my Google today, and they're putting 4G on the moon. So somebody's doing this. I don't know. They're saying we're putting 4G on the moon right now.
They're full of shit right now.
For fucking what? Why the
They're totally full of shit right now.
We're going to have a camera.
Martians can have
We're going to have
internet.
a camera, so
Duh.
we're going to have a camera looking back at us then. So
dude, hopefully.
Sometimes I think they say, let's see how stupid the people is, and they put shit like this, right?
Yeah.
I think
not
that's
5G.
what's happening, man.
Yeah, not 5G. They're going to put 4G on the moon. Yeah. Okay.
They don't want to hurt the Martians.
Oh yeah. You don't want to bake them.
Didn't they do the broom, stand the broom up in the tilting of the earth or something? Didn't they do that recently?
You guys saw that
the gravity?
meteor, what is it? Asteroid? It was gonna hit the Earth one day before election day, some shit like that.
I've heard that. Yeah. All that bullshit.
Man, these people. Yeah.
But we have to send out NASA to deflect the asteroid so that humanity can be saved. And you better vote, though. You got to vote, otherwise we can't deflect the asteroid.
I'm going to vote for Mr. Buffy Fingers.
Yeah.
Mr. Buffingers.
No, don't do that.
Can I have flashbacks?
Is that Trump?
No, it's Negator.
I don't know who that is.
Mr. Buffingers. Nobody can do it like Gadget. Nobody can.
I was trying to get him to do it. He won't do it. There we go. Oh, I ruined it. Shit. One more time, Gadget. Come on.
Okay, one more time. Mr. Buffingers.
That's the good stuff.
I know, but it's fucking terrible the shit you come up with, isn't it? Like, probably you guys don't look into the NASA. I look at NASA every day just to see the bullshit. Today they were looking at an asteroid. They picked up off. They picked a piece of rock with a drone, 2 million miles away from the Earth. How the fuck they do that?
They didn't.
I'm just so sick of their lies and the bullshit that I can't even stand it, and I can't stand.
And they did a live feed.
Launches. I can't take none of it no more.
They did a live feed.
I don't want to see.
They did a live feed. They did a live feed, okay? Yeah, they did a live feed. It was all CGI. It was all cartoon images. Like, there's no cameras or nothing, like, kind of thing. It was all CGI.
Remember before Flat Earth, right? You know, maybe right, Jimbo. Before Flat Earth, we might have like once a year NASA news. Okay, a shuttle launched or some shit, right? We never have any evidence of the ISS being built or satellites being shown up. You know, we just once a year it'd be like headline news. Oh, you know, the shuttle's going up, yay! But after Flat Earth, and also we have the technology now to check news right on our phone.
And NASA has
and it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. Yeah.
They have
it's
a troll
nonstop.
war that they finance.
It's so funny. They're just pulling shit out, dude.
I don't know how they excuse when they appear dinosaurs out of thin air, stuff like that in the ISS, and these people they believe them. I know, but they believe them. Like, they don't question. It's mind blowing, bro.
You know what? If I were a doctor on Earth,
about us and God, they'll be like, "I can't believe you believe in a God."
If you went up in space and reported you had space herpes, you're gonna die in space, buddy, with your friends. You're not coming back down. So they got space herpes, eh? Wonderful.
Just another thing. I was doing.
What if it would kill off humanity?
Yeah, I was
gonna invite him back and hug him. Something worse than Corona? You don't even know. Come down. I was doing
a bit of research today. When you watch amateur rockets, like amateurs launch rockets up into the stratosphere. Amateur rockets, they actually fly straight up. Like, they don't curve like the NASA launches.
As straight as possible to get as much height as possible. Yep.
Yeah, and also when you watch a NASA launch,
you ever see the rockets that the amateurs? Those things take off like they're shot out of a howitzer. You ever see a rocket take off very, very slow? No, it's because
yes, they must.
They're not even launching
like a turtle rocket, right?
Yeah.
Bro, no, it's not even a rocket. That thing is like a balloon. If you watch there's like it's a helium-filled, like, look at its wings. It's all tiny and short.
Yeah, and sometimes it's being hoisted up. It's props and it's CGI and the green screen and stuff. It really is garbage. And sometimes it's the same video played twice. They've had rocket launches. They've changed the color aspect a bit, lighting, and they've replayed the same video as a new date.
Let me ask this on Right the Hands point there. If it is a balloon, it kind of makes sense why they'd have that little crane holding it down on top, right? And right at launch, they lift up that crane, right? What the fuck is that crane doing? If the thing's fucking balanced and centered and, you know, ready to go, you don't need that stupid little thing holding the nose.
Yeah.
Fucking kidding me.
That's right.
That's very true, though. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's holding it down.
And again, the rollover maneuver with the shuttle. It goes up a little bit and then goes belly up and flies straight and horizontal till it ditches. Come on.
And when you watch the amateur rockets, you just go bang and you go up straight away. There's none of that shit. You just fucking fly.
The
best thing, up, and what goes up must come down. There's nothing stays up there except things.
One of the most telling things about NASA in the past 5 years is the fact that now in America you wouldn't have noticed it as much, maybe not Canada, but I definitely notice it here, is that, and other places I've been in the world in the past few years, is that they are running an advertising campaign. I can buy a NASA t-shirt for about 15 euros up the road.
Exactly, yeah.
I could never buy one of those unless I went to Florida before 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Brian, did you see
the ISS
and
equivalent energy of 14,500,000 foot-pounds per pound?
Did you see the new lamps they're buying? The Apollo lamps.
Buy the fuel and get anything up there. It don't work.
The Apollo lamps they're buying now. The Apollo, you know, the Apollo launches. You have a kind of a rocket, and with the burst of the jet engines, it's a kind of a lamp. They're selling that on the eBay now and everything.
Yeah, well, they're desperate because they need to advertise. They need to advertise our product.
There's
all
videos I
day
watch
talking about their stuff. We talk about their stuff all day, bro. I just don't understand. Why are we
right
so
the hand.
obsessed with
You
the model?
you might have watched this before, right? Yeah, I watched some videos on First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment audits or whatever, right? And these guys are out there for legal truth. Let's get to the point about are we free or not. And they're wearing SpaceX shirts, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
no. See, you haven't taken the step, guys. You know what I mean? So.
But you see, every second day I send emails to NASA, you know, I wanted telemetry to the moon. You know, I pissed them off, you know, I never get answers. And then it all comes back to my Facebook. You know, the way we're all fucking watched on the internet. So on my Facebook, I get all these NASA ads, NASA publicity shit and all that. You know, I can see it all, for fuck's sake.
Exactly, man.
And they never answer me back, do they? I want the telemetry. How the fuck did they get to the moon? That's all I want.
There was a good point made a couple nights ago, I think. Whoever brought it up, where if the Earth is always falling away from you, if you shoot out at a tangent and the Earth is falling away, why do airplanes climb? Right? I mean, you've been in an airplane, you climb for about 10 minutes, right? Your ears pop, you're going up, going up, and then you level out. Why not just go up a little bit and just go out horizontal, right? Go out tangent, because the Earth's falling away from you.
Come on, Aaron.
That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it, Left Line?
Yeah. Come on now.
Why would that be ridiculous? If you're trying to save fuel, if everything's about profit, money, and everything for an airline, right? Why would you waste the fuel to immediately climb and then level out?
Because it don't work that way, Brian. Aaron.
Nothing works.
What do you mean?
The Coriolis effect, okay. The ballers say, right, with a sniper, when he shoots, he has to bring into the effect the Coriolis effect. You get into a fucking helicopter, you just hover, okay? She stays over the ground, she doesn't move. Like, they're all fucking contradicting themselves.
Don't get me started on Coriolis.
Moving with Earth.
Does Left Lane have a problem with tangents? Do you have a problem with tangent on your ball?
Not at all.
Okay. So what's the best way to gain altitude with the least amount of energy? Sorry, motion. Right hand. Sorry, with the least amount of motion.
Climb.
Okay, yes, it is to go straight out.
I got that, Aaron. It was funny.
No.
Thank you, Travis.
Well, it is. Well, when you think about it, but a curved line takes more motion than a straight one, right? So if you just went horizontal and let the Earth, why is the plane gaining altitude? Why doesn't the plane maintain and let the Earth fall away and then gain altitude through the Earth's contour? Because it can't. Because the Earth is not contoured like that. So it has to take off. It has to climb, or else it won't gain any altitude.
Good point.
Let me see if I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that since the atmosphere is stick with the Earth, all you have to do is put the airplane in a certain angle, and then because the Earth is spinning, that air is spinning with Earth, is gonna make the airplane climb for free, right? Is that what you're saying?
No. If the airplane just goes horizontal, like straight, which is the easiest thing for the plane to do, except go down, right? So climbing in altitude is harder than going horizontal and flat. So if you just go horizontal and flat, if the Earth is a ball, it will fall away from you. So you'll gain altitude because the Earth is going away from you. So why would you have to climb and use extra fuel and extra all this when you can just go straight and let the Earth do all the work? Then the Earth eventually would have to make that 90, right? And then you'd come down, and then, it's so ridiculous. But
Well, what I
Yeah, and
looked into
then it's
is
free. It's
an
free
an
energy a little bit,
airplane.
right? Right, the hand. It's free energy after a while. After the Earth keeps falling away, you can
Yeah.
shut down the engines,
Nose
kind of
dive. Then you
glide,
just have
right?
to,
Just
yeah,
glide.
you just got a nose dive for the, just take a straight down to the.
Yeah.
An airplane. What I understand is when it's up at cruising speed, the flaps are at 3 degrees just to keep the lift. That's what I understand.
Look,
Sometimes when you fly, yeah, when you fly, sometimes it don't matter from a Boeing to a Learjet. When there's a lot of turbulence, they'll lower the landing gear to fly. It helps stabilize the plane.
They do not.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
So my point about the airplane there is why do we point the space shuttle or SpaceX rockets or NASA rockets straight up, right? But they end up curving over for some reason. But why not?
It's the rollover maneuver to take advantage of the rotation of the Earth and give another 700 miles to their spaceship.
Listen, Jimbo, I still have the advantage even if I pointed at a 10-degree angle over the Atlantic Ocean, right? So there's no homes, there's no danger to people, and I just shoot that rocket out at a 10-degree angle. I'm going to gain more altitude faster with less energy than going up and then curving and trying to get into space.
What the hell are you talking about? Really, it's funny whatever you're saying. It hurts, but it's funny. I suffer with you.
You know why I just don't understand. It's like everybody wants to get away from these straight lines and direct points and just logic and the grid system and it's I don't know. It's just I think motion. It's all you're transferring motion.
It's a lot of bollocks, lads. Like you fly a plane from New York to Los Angeles, okay? Or if you fly a plane from Los Angeles to New York, what's the difference? What? If you're traveling east to west, what's the difference? An hour, is it? Something like that.
It behaves just like a flat plane.
Somewhere like 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, because we're flying against the winds, aren't we?
You know, if you fly a light aircraft and you're well below 15,000 feet and you head west, you can have a lot of prevailing winds that are heading from west to east. You know, you can fly at a certain speed, but you'll be burning more gas into a headwind. We're coming back from the west coast to the east in the same plane. You might use a third less fuel.
Gadget, you're flying against those buff fingers, right? Those fingers holding you back.
Planes will actually turn a little diagonally against the wind to fly to compensate for the push or the drag on it sideways, laterally. Planes can fly any damn way they want.
I have a
not around a ball. You can't.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
They can't fly to the moon.
Your plane. You program your plane. The minute it's on the runway, before you take off, you program your plane. You probably have a 30-degree pitch because your nose is up, but you gauge your attitude meter, and then you take off. That shows you where your plane is in motion.
Yeah, change your attitude, man, about this meter.
Yeah, the attitude meter, the thing, horizon line.
It's sort of like driving a car. You don't look at your speedometer all the time to know that you're about at the right speed for the roads you're on and stuff. Pilots do depend on their instruments, but you can feel your plane and whether you're leaned back, nose forward, what's going on. Your instruments can't feel for you. Extra, like a blow on a wing sends a wave.
You have to gauge that aircraft before you take off, don't you?
And it depends on what kind of weed you smoked before, too.
Actually, you know what? You're wrong. Jimbo's wrong. You can actually level your plane off based on the horizon. Wingtip to wingtip.
Yeah, and side winds, cross winds, other things, and downdrafts, they don't affect you. You can fly like you're on a pancake.
You can trim your air. You can trim your
You're so wonderfully brilliant. Yes, in a perfect world, you're right. We're not in a perfect world.
You can fly level.
World, you guys are right. That's weird.
You guys can fly a plane level without any instruments based on the horizon.
In fact, a plane, quote, flying level, a Cessna, I don't care what, does a little up and down motion. It gains a little altitude, it decreases a bit, it gains a bit, it goes down. That's straight and level flight for a plane, a little sine wave.
But it's
So,
definitely not
okay, so
falling
what's
over
straight
it.
and level then? It ain't flying straight and level, ever.
Well, I'm definitely not compensating for curvature, am I?
Gadget Inspector, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Brian. Yeah. Well, go ahead, Brian.
It's longer to fly. It's a longer flight from New York to Los Angeles than Los Angeles to New York. So it should be longer. If we were on a globe that was rotating, it would be longer the other way around. But it's
Of course,
longer
yeah,
to
Brian.
east
Yeah,
to west than west to east in that particular flight.
That has to do with jet streams and nothing to do with rotation.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's because we're
prevailing
not
winds.
rotating.
Headwinds and tailwinds.
Yeah, Howard, since you spoke up, I have a question just real quick. Is it your understanding that when rockets go to space, they use the spin of the Earth to help them gain their speed to make their escape?
On escape velocity, on shooting rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out there. I went through a bad spot, so I didn't hear all of that. But yes, it is. It's you know, they're getting, you know, shooting. It depends on the tangential velocity. They get that much of a boost if they shoot it off to the east.
Yeah. So my question is, why don't airplanes have that help?
Because they're not going like miles a second.
They're not rockets.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to have a question. I'm trying to deal with Howard only, please. Go ahead, Howard.
Yeah, the atmosphere is rotating with the Earth. It doesn't apply to airplanes.
Okay, so at what point does the atmosphere stop rotating with the Earth so that the rockets can take advantage of the spin?
Well, once you get up into the thinnest part of the atmosphere where you lose.
I don't want you to explain it to me. I'm not asking you to explain the idea. I said,
how don't you let him explain it the way he
No,
wants to
come on,
explain it?
just let him finish. Let him finish. Let him do his.
Yeah.
Tell him how to answer a question, man.
Okay, listen. Okay, stop. First of all, I said at what altitude. Okay, that has a simple answer. I'm not asking him to explain the physics. At what altitude?
Hey,
The
do
altitude.
you remember yourself explaining way too much out of everything you do? Let other people do that. They like to do it too.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Passive.
The altitude
hold on, Mr.
to
Passive
take
aggressive.
advantage.
No, man, just don't be a hypocrite,
on.
man. Don't be a hypocrite here.
Hold on.
You explain things way more than they have to be explained.
Okay, hold on.
Let me explain it real quick,
No,
Travis.
no.
The altitude
Stop.
to take advantage of the spin of the Earth would be at zero
Let
elevation.
Travis have his question. You don't
Yeah,
ask any.
stop.
Come on.
Level. That's the advantage, right
Let
there.
me
But they
deal
shoot
with
rockets straight up. Why?
Aaron, shush. Let me deal with the passive aggressive housewife. Okay.
There we go. It takes a bitch to talk shit to someone.
If you want to address my long-windedness, you haven't done it yet until just now. So
I did it
you're
yesterday
the only
too.
one. You're the only one bringing this up, and you're only bringing it up right now as a passive-aggressive bitch. So
No, it's not. God, you don't even know anything about psychology either, or anything about people and the way they think and why they do things.
Pretty sure. And get an
Let's
answer.
go back to Howard. Let's go back to Howard. Okay.
To answer your question, I think it's around 70,000 feet.
And why can't airplanes take advantage of that?
Well, they fly within the atmosphere.
So there's no atmosphere at 70,000 feet?
I may be wrong about that, but I think that the Kármán line, and it may not be 70,000 feet. It may be 70 miles. I'm not sure.
If they're outside of the Earth's atmosphere, then how are they gaining anything from the spin of the Earth? They're already out.
Yeah.
The rocket's going like thousands, like 5 miles a second or some shit, like really fast too. So that has something to do with it also.
But if they're already out, what are they gaining? They're out. They're outside the spin of the, like they're already out. So what do they have to gain in reference to the Earth? The Earth shouldn't have anything to do with it if they're already out.
It doesn't anymore. I'm sure it gets to a point where it's just the gravity that's looping them around.
What do hot air balloons have to gain from?
For fuck's sake,
A bunch of hot air.
Do you guys ever see the Lockheed SR-71? Do you know the way that's built? You know, the fastest plane in the world, nearly Mach 3. That's 3,000 miles an hour. Okay, and the space shuttle when it comes back to Earth, right? It's supposed to be traveling at 17. That's Mach 17 miles an hour. And when you see the aerodynamics of those two planes, the SR-71 can only fly at Mach 3 for 28 minutes. If not, the wings and the actually engine melts because of the friction. So you're saying that fucking space shuttle came back to Earth, right? From 17,000 miles an hour with a heat shield with fucking a few tiles on its belly. Those wings should fucking actually fall off. The nose couldn't do that either, could it?
Very good point. The SR-71 is made out of titanium, let's not forget.
Yeah, and not to mention, if you're going 3,000 miles an hour, Gadget, right? Gadget, if you're going 3,000 miles an hour, the only force you're going to feel is going over this curve, right? So thank God
the space shuttle is going to 17,000 miles an hour when it hits.
The pilot would be
How would you feel the curve, man?
Against the roof, right? If he's trying to follow
I think each Mach is like 700 miles an hour.
Miles an hour.
Blackbird goes 2,200 miles an hour.
Yeah,
But
Blackbird
still,
SR-71. Yeah. So, but the pilot would be
Blackbird,
plastered against the fucking canopy if he was trying to follow the curve at a level flight at 70,000 feet, whatever the fuck you want, 90,000 feet, doesn't matter. He's still going over this curve at 3,000 miles an hour. Imagine the drop. Imagine
have you guys seen?
But no, that's not the point.
Have you guys seen the LA Speed story? That's what you guys are referring to. Have you guys heard of that?
The rocket, the guy that straps a rocket to his car.
No, it's called the LA Speed Story. It's by the pilot who piloted the SR-71 Blackbird, about 80,000 feet. Yeah, so check out. It's called LA Speed Story, and he'll give you a description of his flight. He'll actually give you the description of all of his instruments, and he says it's like flying on glass at 80,000 feet.
And he says he could see Canada, the mountains of Canada, from like Los Angeles.
Yeah, so LA Speed Story, it's fantastic.
I looked that up. So what do I look for on Google?
Chemo called the glass fact.
LA Speed Story, is that it?
Chemo called the glass factory and then brought it to the Globers, and they said the glass is actually curving. So,
yeah, but just
Jeremy, you're talking shit, man.
When you look at the state,
No, that's what they.
When you look at the aerodynamics of the space shuttle and a Blackbird, the space shuttle can go 17, Mach 17, and that's fucking crazy, isn't it, guys?
There's no freaking possible way. No way.
Tell me they didn't say glass was curving.
The main issue with the SR-71.
I thought it was kind of messed up that you got called out last night.
I think I cut Travis off, and I'm sorry, Ether Band for last.
The seals and expansion around, I guess the material at that velocity would expand and come apart at the seams.
Now,
no, it's not that.
When the plane is on the ground, it leaks fuel.
Yeah, the reason for that is because when it travels at high speed, they don't have seals that can handle that heat. So what they do is they just put a little bit of gas in it to take off, and as it reaches speed, then they fuel it in the air. Otherwise, the gas will just leak out.
Yeah, as the plane heats up, it swells and closes those gaps.
That's right. That's right.
Which is a retarded story because the gas tank wouldn't leak unless the gas flows upwards.
And that's right, because it'll blow up, right?
Well, and you guys said something would heat up and get too hot.
Yeah.
Why not use neoprene?
Are you sure we can use the word heat? That's what right in hand, because we could use the word heat.
Here's what they do, guys. Right? They
that's the story they say.
They lead us to believe that the wings of airplanes are the fuel, right? So the wings of airplanes are the fuel tanks, or whatever. But actually, just like in a small Cessna, it's a neoprene balloon device where they fill up this balloon device, and it's within the wing, maybe, or within the belly, within the center of the airplane. But with the SR-71, they're trying to say that metal expands so much. So we're going to put some fuel in here, in this thing, and it expands so much, and it tightens up all them fucking joints so fucking tight that fuel won't leak out. You got to be fucking kidding me. There is no metal that can be fucking perfect. Okay.
Aaron, when you're on the ground in an SR-71, your cup of coffee leaks too. If you got a cup of coffee, you got to fill up your coffee in the air because your cup of coffee on the ground when you're in SR-71, your cup of coffee.
Exactly. That's
so does
what
your bladder too.
So, yeah. So you have there's also another plane full of coffee that comes and fills up your coffee, right? When you get up into altitude. And also provides styrofoam, actually. Yeah.
We should be talking about another plane instead of the SR-71.
So wait, I'm a little confused here. So under the makings of these vehicles,
just say it. Imagine flying at
the
3,000
issue was the velocity, right? The velocity and the temperature. So you're saying that it would do the reverse, because that's not what I read. I read that actually at that velocity they start to come apart.
And at that
you fucking pass out, you would. Flying at 3,000 miles an hour. Imagine you just turn left for a second, you pass out, you would, with the G-forces.
Imagine the temperature gadget at 70,000 feet. I thought it was below zero. There should be ice forming on the wings, so it's not hot. It should be cold, which causes metal to shrink. Right, Brian?
Yeah, but mini NASA has this fucking the space shuttle, a fucking minibus that comes down at 17 plus 17 Mach. Fucking it. You know, wake up, guys, for fuck's sake.
Travis's rig coming down from space.
Fuck's sake, man.
It's a joke.
Mr. Buttfingers. Go on, get him going.
Magic school bus, you guys.
Gadget just said minibus.
Minibus. And no, it is. It's a fucking minibus, the shuttle. It was, anyway.
Mrs. Frizzle.
And then you get that
very
other
many
fucker.
toy space shuttles, man. You won't see any drone-sized space shuttles because they won't fucking work.
Exactly.
And then you have this fucking agent, Elon Musk, right, with his rockets coming back to Earth, that deploys these fucking wings that look like making fucking pancakes things, and it fucking lands on a boat.
Man, I need you to narrate. I need you to narrate my life, or just narrate someone's life.
The descent wings have deployed, right? We've all heard that, right? And they look like waffles, right?
Waffles, fucking that was the word I was looking for. Waffles.
They look like grills. You can make a hamburger on them.
Yeah, they look like something you would use. That's
I went to NASA.
Deployed really easy.
Do y'all think?
Listen, you guys. I went to NASA in the 6th grade or 7th grade for like a gifted field trip, and it was in Slidell. It was in Slidell, Louisiana, and it was where they made the boosters. And that thing was like it was half constructed, and it was like a thin metal, if even metal, like real super thin frame, and it looked like paper mache, man. That shit wasn't. There's no possible way the construction of that thing was holding all that fuel.
It's perfect. Did you touch it?
No, they wouldn't let us that close.
Please look in the chat.
Why wouldn't they do that? I want to crawl on that thing, poke a hole in it.
Hey, there's the bus.
Bus?
Your bus is in the side chat.
It was like a blimp, dude. It was like a blimp, pointed upright. That's all it was. It's a fucking blimp.
Hey, Brian, on your ride
that
over
was actually travels at one point. Led Zeppelins.
On your ride over to NASA, Brian, was it in a short bus or a long bus? Which one? Oh, funny.
And that's the first time I got my nipple bitten off by a beaver.
American beaver. Watch them.
Fucking rookie.
It breaks the silence.
These big
first time? Implying there was more than one?
Well, there's at least three. There's a third.
Brandon, are you recording this, are you?
I grow them every generation.
How do you think I got into my fraternity?
Brandon, are you recording this for the after show? What? Hello.
He's
I
not
hope so.
necessarily around. I don't know that he sticks around right after usually.
Is this what you do, Brandon? You just put all the kids in one room when you're watching
He
them?
just said yes, he's recording on the side chat, by the way, guys.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
There's no way to take care of a daycare.
Brandon, smoking outside. Come on, man. Make better decisions with your life.
Yeah, man, is this where you want to be?
As long as it's good stuff. I mean, come on, cut him some slack.
Oh, it's weed. Okay.
Ah, Jesus, lads.
Spark him if you got him.
Smoke 2 joints in the morning.
Oh, Tony, did you hear my challenge I put out there to all the Globers?
No.
Right before Right to Hand had a problem with heat. You guys can't
say it
respond
again.
to it. You guys can't fucking respond to it, bro. You know why?
I'll respond to it. What is it?
You know why? Because all you guys got is pseudoscience, and that doesn't prove shit.
Whatever.
That's why
Don't
you
judge
guys
what I have until I tell you what I got, Jeremy. Tell me what you got. Give it to me.
Love you.
You guys only use pseudos. You guys only use pseudoscience, right? That's why you say science doesn't prove things.
No, you said give me the example or experiment or whatever. I don't care what you think I'm doing or how I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right.
Tell
give me the experiment.
You give me the experiment. Didn't you say you had a challenge? I think, or did I mishear you?
Yes. My challenge is to give me something that got ran through the scientific method that got overturned. The real one, the flat earthers use, not the. You know what it is.
Yeah, I got you. I would say probably everything at one point.
No, you can't give me a single thing, let alone everything.
Method and got denied. That's what you're saying, right? Scientific method that got denied, right?
No, that got ran through, tested a few times, and ended up getting overturned eventually. You can't find one thing.
Okay, flat Earth. Boom.
That's not a theory.
Cold fusion. Perpetual motion.
Those
weren't ever accepted.
You're just being silly.
Those are from
Is perpetual motion something that they've tried?
It was
an actual
idea.
theory.
I don't think he's saying just an idea that was come up with. I think it was a thing that was accepted as it is true, it is science, it is settled, and then later on, oh wait, we were wrong. I think that's what he's asking for.
I have a question. Why don't we get Jeremy?
An actual theory that went through
rejection
our
papers,
scientific method, and then later was found to be, false after it went through the method a few times by different people.
Where are the rejection papers? Right.
I don't. Okay. I'm pretty sure that everything at one point has been gone through and rejected, and that's how you get to where we are now.
This should be super.
Everything.
This should be super simple for you then.
Yeah. Should it? I don't think it should, because if you think about it, if it's law or if it's true now, that means it's failed many times up to now, and it's got tweaked to make it better.
Okay, maybe you don't understand what I'm asking.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
I didn't phrase it right.
I understand what you're saying.
It's something that's went through our scientific method, came out the other side as proven to be true. We now have a theory. It went through the method a few times by different people. It was validated.
Okay, I'd have to look it up because I've never really thought about that, but that's a good question, though.
That's what I'm saying. You couldn't come up with anything.
Why don't you give me a minute, man? You don't think I think about this thing all the time?
Go
I
ahead.
got a life, man. I got
take your
kids.
time. I'm not.
You got kids too, man. Come on, how do you think about this thing all the time?
I'm not. Believe me, I'm not expecting you to come back with anything.
I know.
Robots.
Peer review only promotes.
Okay, well, I got 3 of them right here. Found 3. Boom. 10 seconds.
The current consensus. That's it. So
here it comes.
Maybe we can go over it in here. Do you guys care, or do you want me to go to a different room?
The ether right there. People they thought it was real.
Light propagated through.
Yep, ether was at one point.
What was the cause? Why don't you DM me? You got a mean echo going, bro.
No, my bad. I'm holding the button down. I'm holding it down. Crystal.
Listen, I'm talking about a theory, something that went through the scientific method.
These are 3 that went through it.
Dude, I can't talk when you got your mic open, bro.
Yeah, so you gotta wait till I'm done talking, though. That's the problem, because when someone talks on my phone when I'm talking, it echoes. So I'll stop. Okay, I'm done.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, when I get home, it won't be this bad.
Listen, something that's went through our version of the scientific method, the actual scientific method.
This is
what
Ether
went through.
Ether.
Yeah. All right.
Tony's
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, okay?
Just send me the
shit, dude.
Dude, just send me the man. Don't say I'm full of shit, man.
When was
You asked me a question, I answered it.
Yeah, hold on. Listen,
ever
Tony.
scientifically, man.
Yeah, Tony,
it says right here it was. It says right here it was.
Yeah, Tony, just send me the. I don't need a paper or anything.
I'm gonna
right?
send you
Just
the
send me the.
link.
No, I don't want you to elephant hurl a whole bunch of information at me. There's only three things I need, right? I need the.
It's one article.
I need the. Dude, there's three key pieces of information, right? I need the natural observed phenomena, the hypothesis.
So you want the white papers of 3? Who has that, man? And you think I have like an hour to go through and find the white papers of all this stuff? Why would I want to do that?
It's online. It's public information. Come on, dude.
You said this article you were about to send me was a paragraph. Just pick it out of that.
Okay, but they don't have like, I'm pretty sure they don't have like all the white papers.
They don't have it
in there.
because it doesn't exist.
No, because it's a Forbes article.
Oh.
Scientists don't. There's not a lot of scientists in the world, so why would they write?
What?
What are you saying? There's a shitload of scientists in the world, so everyone that writes an article should write. So scientists can only understand it, or that laymen can understand it.
Hey guys, can I tell you about an experience I did last night?
All right.
So, why do men snore when they're on their backs?
I don't know. I do snore when I'm on my back, though. Why?
Do you know why? I did the experience last night. Because your scrotum, right, full of balls, okay? It falls. It falls down to your arsehole. It cuts off the air. It cuts
it's
off
like
the
a
air.
sack with nuts.
Wow.
All right,
This
so
is
Tony,
gonna be good. It's gonna be
Tony,
good.
I guarantee.
Just listen.
Tony, I guarantee that Ether did not go through the scientific. You know the scientific method I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know the scientific method. Okay.
Yeah, you think Ether went
through
through
the method
that?
isn't 3 things. It doesn't have to be 3 things. It could be an observation.
No, the scientific method that we say.
This is okay. This is what the article says. Wait. Accepted as fact by the scientific community. So it might not be.
Scientific accepted ones, but were later proven wrong.
Yeah, scientific theories that were accepted ones, but later proven wrong.
Tony,
I just want
it
to
did not go through the. Listen, give me the. If you think that's true, and it really went through the method, we use the right one, the one that QE says.
QE doesn't have the right one. QE's telling you
he's
a pastry
if I
chef.
may add, the ether bunny has been confirmed by scientific observation and experimental variables. Yeah,
Where does it say that rabbits are 6 feet tall and carry a candy and deliver it?
The Ether went through our version of the scientific method, the one QE states, or did it go through the
QE is not an authority. Therefore, you are saying that fallacy about authority. What's up?
My claim is science proves things. Yours doesn't.
No, my claim is you don't know what science is. That's my claim. You're not an authority in science.
If
you
you
have no
think ether
room
is
to say.
scientifically proven, you don't know what science is or how it works.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what science is. I don't care. I know that you don't know either.
Jeremy, who are we talking to? Is this Tony V?
It's Tony V, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's just say for thousands of years we have Romans, Italians, the Earth is flat. Scholars, right? And so the scientific method was built upon that premise of their knowledge, which now we have knowledge of this scientific method thing, right? And so all of a sudden, in about 1615, right? There's this knowledge of a globe. Okay, so there's all this.
That was way before 1650, man.
There's all
way
these
before
documents
1650
of flat Earth. There's all these documents of flat Earth.
No, there is
Science,
not.
Right?
Okay.
Science, right?
Show me the documents of flat Earth.
Show me the rejection paper that made the globe true.
Okay, the Vikings. Even the Vikings proved it was globe.
Show me the rejection paper.
I can't see how. But
Yes, hey,
okay,
the Earth was proven round before the scientific method was even invented or created or perceived.
Okay.
Can
you show me the papers for that? Can you show me the papers?
Tony V, I'm a Viking. How did the Vikings prove the Earth globe?
These the same ones that were fighting.
Wait, let me ask one question.
Giant blue people.
Wait a second. You know what? I got someone who wants to ask a question.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Wait.
Tony V, how did the Vikings
let's
prove
get the echo gone, guys.
You gotta just start talking.
We got a robot down here.
All right, my question for you guys, you flat Earth guys, is how do you explain this constellations in the southern hemisphere being different than the ones in the northern hemisphere?
Show me the negator. Show me the negator.
What's a negator? What?
The opposite of what you're saying. Right? Because there has to be a hypothesis, right? Science. There has to be hypothesis. Okay.
They both move from east to west.
Show me the science that failed. Right? We don't see that.
I
only
have
see
a question.
Flat Earth
I have a
failed.
question for Tony V.
Okay, you
How
didn't answer the
did
question that my buddy
Vikings
asked you
prove
guys, but
the
okay.
Earth was round? How did the Vikings?
Oh, how the Vikings prove it?
Yeah, how did they navigate?
How was that? I remember seeing like a National Geographic about it. Yeah, well, they used the stars and they realized that. Well, I don't know. Like I have been astro projecting back in time, so I've been talking to my Viking friend, and he said that he already knew it was a globe. I mean, but you guys believe in astro projecting, right?
Yeah, okay. So how did they prove the Earth was a globe?
I don't know. I have to look into that. I kind of just said it.
So
how
how come today we can still navigate like the Vikings by stars?
Because we know it's a globe, and we know that when the North Star is in a certain whatever, it's at a degree, and we know where we're at, and something like that.
Yeah,
Sections
but
are
you
real.
know, Tony V, you know we're traveling around the sun, and the sun is. We're traveling around the sun of what 67,000 miles an hour, going around the sun, the tilt, and that. And the sun is going through the universe. I can't remember what speed. So how come the stars are exactly the same as the Vikings today?
They're not though.
Tony V, where is Aristarchus' null result? You know, of his calculation for the Earth radius.
Aristarchus, no. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he has it in his papers, though. He'd have to, wouldn't he?
Okay. But you can't provide.
They're not going to answer the constellation question. They won't.
You can't provide it, so that's okay, right? Yeah. You'll just take his positive result, like, Earth has a radius based upon the angle from this mountain top.
Earth has a radius
to
because spheres are round and
here we go.
spherical.
And then, you know what? It sounds good. There we go.
No, it has a radius because logically a sphere would have a radius, wouldn't it? So if we're claiming it's a sphere, of course it has a radius.
I thought Aristarchus didn't know if it was a sphere or not, so he should have.
I'm not talking about Aristarchus. I'm not talking about Aristarchus. I'm talking about saying always talk shit about radiuses.
You're not talking about spheres, but you're talking about radiuses.
No, I'm talking. You guys talk about spheres and how we can have a radius.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to unpack here. Wait a second. What
That's
happened?
all right. That's all right. Take your time.
Oh, the dog got locked in the friggin' bathroom. How long has he been? Oh man, we got a full-fledged shit catastrophe over here. Dog locked himself in the bathroom while we were working. Oh my god!
God damn it.